Hello, today I will be showing you how to use your Lumix ZS100 as a webcam. This isn't an officially supported feature for the camera, and so the manual does not tell you any instructions on how to use the ZS100 as a webcam. However, with some fiddling, I got it to work. Please wait until the end. There are some very useful things that I will mention which will greatly improve the camera's performance as a webcam. Now, because this isn't an official feature, I can't guarantee whether or not this method will work when you're trying it in the future. As of current, it is February 1st, 2024, and I am using Windows 11 on a MSI laptop. Depending on what you're using, if you're using an Apple or something else, it might work differently for you, so I can't offer any guarantees. So first, you need a computer with a USB-A socket and your ZS100. All your computers come with a USB-A. It's like the standard rectangular socket, and then of course your ZS100. If you look on the right of your camera under the rubberized HDMI labeled covering, you will see two ports. On the left, you have a micro HDMI port. On the right, you have a micro USB port. The micro USB port on the right is used only for charging. You cannot transfer data in and out of your camera through it. On your left is the micro HDMI port. This is the port that you'll want to use to get video feed out of your camera. Please note that this is a micro HDMI port and not a mini HDMI. You cannot use mini HDMI, it simply won't fit. First, buy a micro HDMI to HDMI adapter cable. Make sure that both the micro HDMI and HDMI ends are male ends. Next, buy an HDMI female end to a USB-A male end adapter. Then plug the micro HDMI end into your ZS100. Plug the HDMI on the HDMI adapter cable into the HDMI socket on the USB-A adapter cable. Then plug the USB-A end into your computer. At this point, boot up the camera app on your computer. Switch through the sources until the ZS100's video feed comes online. It is important to note that the screen overlay of your camera may show up on your video feed, as you can see in the video right now. I will show you how to remove this. First, go to Settings by pressing the Menu/Set button. Then under the wrench, as you can see here, the wrench icon, not the wrench with the C, but just the normal wrench, go to the TV connection setting. Click and find the HDMI info display. Set this one to off. Now go back and you will see that there is no overlay on the HDMI output. In other words, your ZS100 is now outputting a clean HDMI source. A clean HDMI output. Even though the camera itself is not outputting any overlays to the computer, the overlays will continue to show on the back screen of your camera so that you don't have to keep changing back and forth between the two when the two settings on and off when you switch between using the ZS100 as a camera and a webcam. Now, the final few recommendations I have. First, the camera cannot charge while in use. The micro USB cable is not capable of charging the camera when it is on, meaning that if you are using the ZS100 as a webcam for an extended period of time, you will want to buy a dummy battery, which is basically a cable that has the head of the cable is the same format as your camera's battery, allowing it to slot right into the battery compartment of your camera. Now this means that your camera will be tricked into seeing the dummy battery as a real battery, and so it'll power on and function normally. However, because the dummy battery is plugged into the wall outlet, you'll never run out of battery. Second, Go to the autofocus settings and set it to autofocus continuous or AFC. I will show you how to do this. First, let me... Okay. So, on your camera, this is what you will see on your camera with the overlay. First, click the trash icon that says Q menu under it. This will open your quick menu. Now, go to tracking and set it to either tracking or face eye detection. Tracking is good for locking onto subjects and following them around the frame, such as if you are doing a product review or if you are showing something that is moving, the camera will lock onto it and maintain focus. Face detection is good if you are using the camera to vlog or record a video of yourself, as the camera will automatically detect your face and lock onto it. Next, go left to the AFC. This is autofocus continuous. This means that as long as the recording is going, the camera will automatically lock and continue to focus while it's recording. Autofocus single means that the camera will only focus one time when the recording begins and won't attempt to focus after that. And that is all. Happy filming.